How do you say no to flirting? This is Reid from readaboutsex.com.
This is Cathy Bartuli from the intimacydojo.com. Hi, Cathy.
Hey, Reid.
How do you say no to flirting?
You're being really obvious.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah, how do you say no?
Reid, I've noticed, I'm thinking that you're flirting with me, and it's making me feel a little uncomfortable.
Really?
Yeah.
Because our connection's so strong.
Could you stop flirting with me, please?
I don't know if I can. It's going to be hard. I might be disappointed.
Oh, well, you'll have to deal with it.
Okay.
That was really sweet, thank you. The thing is, Reid was being very obvious about his flirting. But sometimes for me, it's really hard because I'm not sure they're flirting.
Yep.
I tend not to, I tend to think people will flirt with me. And unless they say, can I flirt with you or I'm flirting with you,
don't
I'll
know
be
what's
like,
going on.
I had one evening, a friend and I flirted with each other. We both had bad intentions for each other.
Bad intentions?
Well, good but bad.
Adult intentions.
Adult intentions. And we both flirted the entire evening, and neither of us were aware the other was flirting with them.
Ah.
And then I finally, the next day, I'm like, were you flirting with me? And she's like, yes. And I was like, I was flirting with you. She's like, oh.
Yeah.
So it was just that kind of, like, I don't always notice.
Yeah.
But I might feel a little uncomfortable.
And this is why I tell people, this is why I advocate that you ask people, like, may I flirt with you?
Yeah.
But this is mostly because I don't have a clue either. Like, I can't tell what's going on, and then I'm afraid, like, I'm misreading the situation. Yeah. So that's why I just tell people, hey, this is what I would like to do, yes or no. Which seems really weird, but people seem to like me, and people seem to appreciate that I'm so clear about what I'm up to.
Yeah.
So I think, like your mileage may vary. You have to try this out on people. But I think as a cisgendered, white, extroverted, golden retriever guy, me letting you know and then giving you an opt-in, like yes or no, that helps people feel safer around me, or less confused.
Right.
Not that you don't have to announce everything, but I would ask you to try, or ask your friends, what do you think about that? Does that feel weird, or does that like actually keep you out of your head from feeling confused?
Right. And if you're not sure, but someone's interacting with you in a way that feels a little uncomfortable, it's definitely important to speak up. Mm-hmm. And I guess what I would say is like, hey, I'm not sure if you're flirting with me or not, but something feels a little off and I'd like to talk about it, or that particular, if there's this particular action that you're noticing, like you keep touching my shoulder and I'm not sure if you're meaning it sexually or not. Like I might even be okay with it if it's not sexual, but if you're flirting with me, I don't want you to touch me flirtatiously or asking for specific activities to not continue is okay.
Another thing that you can do for some of us who are like, oh, I have to speak up and I don't want to upset this person, right? Because sometimes people get upset, or you grew up in a house where people did not want to hear no from you. You can try what is called an appreciation sandwich. And I think I learned this first from Liana Silver.
So you want to try it?
What?
I was flirting with you.
Are you flirting with me?
I'm bad at flirting. I'm really bad.
Let's watch Cathy flirt with me. No. Come on. This is great. Welcome to the video on being uncomfortable. So the thing is like Cathy, I want to appreciate you for the connection and the way that you're present. I think you're flirting with me. I'm not sure. I'm not feeling in a very flirty mood right now. So if that's what you're doing, could you please stop?
And take some lessons in flirting.
And just thank you for even listening to me right now, because this is like I'm trying to learn how to speak up for myself about things when I feel awkward. So I just want to appreciate you for that. Yeah. Even if I got the flirting part wrong, maybe you were just being your touchy-feely nice self.
Yeah, I'm really bad at flirting, but yeah, thank you for sharing that. And
you're welcome.
Yeah.
So there you go. I mean, this takes practice, and understand so many people feel like they're trapped in 5th grade when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Well, I think my tendency was if I didn't like someone if I thought someone was maybe flirting with me and I felt uncomfortable, I wouldn't say anything and I would leave. Like, I wouldn't be close to that person. I would like go talk to someone else or try to avoid them, which just left things uncomfortable. And I think sometimes people maybe weren't flirting with me, or if I just said, hey, that particular activity is like feeling uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, you keep touching me and I'm feeling a little
Some
bit...
people are just touchy-feely affectionate, and you're not in the mood to be touched, right? Or they didn't ask, right?
Yeah,
And
I'm very touchy whether I'm flirting or not. I tend to like to touch people.
yeah, and whereas like as an American, like when Europeans are touchy with me, I'm just like, oh, it's because they're European. So it's again like the ways that we tolerate stuff or make things make sense to ourselves. My big advice is like, where can you find your voice and speak up about stuff that you're noticing, understanding that sometimes you don't notice it till the next day when you're like, oh man, I should have spoke up then. You have clarity. Now, can you speak up faster next time? Like, none of us are perfect. I teach this stuff for a living, and I don't get it right all the time. Welcome to being human. And when you feel awkward, how do you check in? Find your words, check in. And then how do you give people adjustments or make requests in a way that as you practice it more, it just becomes easier and easier so that you have less anxiety.
Yeah, let's come back and do a video about speaking up because I think that's really important.
Speaking up! Next video! Leave a comment. Is that what you meant?
Yes, certainly.
Thanks for tuning in, Sex Geek. If you would like to continue with the brain sex, do me a favor and click subscribe right here. If you'd like to watch me on social media, that's where you're going to go. Next video, maybe? And if you really would like your own Sex Geek t-shirt, please click right here, right now. Boop. No, really, like...